In this world, the possibility of World War III happening is always high, especially when we talk about two major powers and their evergreen differences, India and Pakistan. Hello everyone and welcome to the channel Indian Battle Strategy. In this video, we will be discussing about military comparison between India and Pakistan. The conflict between India and Pakistan is the one that many have called a preface to World War III, a clash of powers that if both sides acted fully could turn into largest armed conflict since World War II. And here a major question arises that which side really has a dominance over other and how the conflict is likely to turn between these two extreme rivals. India and Pakistan's relation is sorrowful since its inception. By then, all manner of border and culture conflicts resulted in a neighborhood clash. Historically, Pakistan has suffered repeated defeats in its war against India. In early 2000s, Pakistan and US built a new security partnership which left many Indians tensed as American military equipment and training would greatly contribute in improving the capabilities of Pakistan military. Soon American intelligence officials got an information that Pakistan was double-dealing them by aiding Taliban forces in Afghanistan and even sheltering them from American strikes. For Pakistan, the Taliban was a vital strategic buffer between itself and Iran, whom they hated Taliban, and due to this, it was crystal clear that the US and Pakistan's partnership has come to an end. Instead, the relationship between US and India grew. The relationship between the world's most powerful democracy and the world's most largest democracy, which put Pakistan on the back foot. After US withdrew its partnership, Pakistan relies on its nuclear weaponry to deter Indian forces, and it continues to finance and aid terrorists to strike against Indian targets across the border. One such attack happened in Mumbai in 2008, which was coordinated by Pakistani intelligence and almost led to a swift Indian response. In case of war, Indian forces are over twice as large as Pakistan's with a military of 1.444 million personnel versus 6,54,000. If we talk about reservist pool, India's reservist pool is also much larger with 2.1 million reservists versus Pakistan's 5,50,000. However, a point to note here is that perhaps India's much larger size versus Pakistan's means that Indian reservists will take longer to call up and equip to the front lines versus Pakistan. Furthermore, India's defense budget is about 6 times larger than Pakistan with 61 billion versus 11 billion. The high military budget of India allows it to operate far more mechanized forces than Pakistan, which only operates 2 mechanized divisions. In addition to this, India's equipment is much modern than Pakistan's. If we have a look on Air Force, then India's Air Force is also much larger than the Pakistani Air Force. India have 2,123 aircrafts versus Pakistan's 1,372. In addition to this, India's fighter craft number is 538 versus Pakistan's 356. Although in any conflict, Pakistan will almost be fighting defensively, and in a defensive war, India's larger number superiority will actually put it roughly on par with Pakistan's fighter fleets. India truly holds the advantage in its fleet of 260 Sukhoi Su-30s, which is an extremely capable Russian fighter plane whose only tough competition on the Pakistani side is the American-made F-16. While a modern F-16 is more than a match for Su-30, moreover, not many of Pakistan's F-16s are fully modernized. To make matters worse, Pakistan only fields 76 of them. Do you know, most of the Pakistani Air Force is made of Chinese or joint Chinese-Pakistani fighter planes, and Chinese fighter designs are generally accepted as being inferior to Russian and American designs. Hence, in the air, India will definitely hold the advantage. India fields a transport fleet that's 5 times greater than the Pakistan's own fleet, with 250 various transport aircraft versus Pakistan's 49. Further, India's helicopter fleet is also twice the size of Pakistan's with 722 helicopters versus 346. Therefore, India has a crucial advantage in air mobility that Pakistan cannot match. Air transport though will matter a little to Pakistan as it will be fighting a defensive war hoping to bleed Indian forces and trading territory for casualties until the Pakistani army can counterattack. Still, the lack of mobility will mean Pakistani forces in the mountainous north will suffer greatly and is likely to be inevitably defeated. One area that Pakistan outshines India in is attack helicopters. Pakistan operates 56 American Vietnam attack helicopters versus a fleet of 23 Indian attack helicopters. Pakistan would likely choose to use this for their advantage in the mountainous north, as they will make supporting its forces in the difficult terrain. If India does not properly equip its mountain infantry with man-portable air artillery, it could face serious casualties, as Pakistani attack helicopters provide close air support. The bulk of fighting between two nations, however, will happen on land, which means that most important element of either nation's military will be its main battle tank. In this case also, India outnumbers Pakistan nearly 2-1, with 4,292 tanks versus Pakistan's 2,200. Though both nations' tanks vary in modernity, but both nations' tanks are very capable platforms. India's main tank is the Soviet-built T-72 with modern upgrades, while Pakistan's main battle tank is Chinese-made Type 59, which is a copy of Soviet-designed Type 59 and is unable to cope up with modern tanks. On the whole, India's tank forces would outperform Pakistan's, and ground war would almost certainly go to India in a pitched battle. Furthermore, India's own artillery forces also greatly outnumber Pakistan's, with over 4,000 artillery versus Pakistan's 1,226. It includes 266 multiple launch rocket system versus Pakistan's 100, giving India a far greater fire support capabilities than Pakistan. Okay, if we talk about Navy, India's Navy is also far more powerful than Pakistan's Navy, with 285 vessels versus Pakistan's 100. This includes one Indian aircraft carrier, with Pakistan fielding 0. The ability to project air power out at sea would make it suicidal for Pakistan to seek a naval confrontation with India, and Pakistan's own ships would likely fight a defensive war close to the shore and would not venture into the Indian Ocean at all. With 0 destroyer versus India's 10 and 8 submarines versus India's 16, Pakistan does not have a hope of winning a naval war. India's inability to respond properly to the 2008 Mumbai terror attacks led to it completely transforming its war strategy against Pakistan. To prevent this from happening again, India focused on a war-fighting concept which is called Cold Start. The aim of Cold Start is to rapidly mobilize border forces to push into Pakistan and deny advantageous defensive positions to the Pakistani military. The most crucial aspect of Cold Start, though, is to move rapidly enough and deep enough into Pakistan's territory that it will prevent the nation from using its nuclear weapon against Indian army on its own soil. Currently, India operates under a strict no first strike policy and so will only use nuclear weapons in counterattack. Pakistan, however, understands that it is the inferior power to India and thus maintains a defensive first strike policy, which means it will use nuclear weapons in a defensive manner in order to deter superior Indian military. Given the technological and numerological superiority of Indian military, it is more than capable of carrying the strategy of going deep into Pakistan, preventing it from using nuclear weapon on its own soil, at least on paper. While India has a lot of experience in fighting against Pakistan, it has never executed such a policy. It is not known if it has the experience, expertise and equipment to pull this strategy. If Cold Start would fail, it would be a strategic disaster for the Indian military, as it would leave Indian forces bunched up on the border and at the mercy of Pakistani nuclear strikes. Of course, the India would also use its nuclear weapons in counterattack, further escalating the conflict. If Cold Start succeeds, Pakistan would be neutralized and forced to come to the peace table under India's terms. With few friends on international stage, thanks to its sponsorship of terrorism, Pakistan is also unable to call upon powerful friends, although China might perhaps be interested in responding to Pakistan's call for aid, given China's incompatible relationship with India and the fact that India sits right next to China in terms of trade routes that pass through Indian Ocean, as China has a lot to gain from a military defeat and weakening of India. A Chinese intervention, however, would certainly draw an American one, which would spiral the conflict from a regional war to a full-blown major theater war, while the end result would still almost certainly be a combined Indian-American victory. India's military would be hard-pressed to pursue offensive objectives in Pakistan and hold off Chinese forces long enough for America to respond. In a stand-up one-on-one war, there is no doubt that India would win any conflict with Pakistan. If you wish to see more contents like this, kindly subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon below. Thank you so much for watching this video.